And hello, Ranger Nation. I'm Todd Jones, sitting alongside my good friend James Fortner as we get ready to bring you kind of the first winter edition of the Ranger Rundown. Um,
It is
well,
a bit of an addiction.
It is a little bit. So, welcome back, everybody. It's kind of been a country minute since I was up here doing the last one with Josh before winter break kind of got started. So, we got a lot of content for you, a lot of interviews, and a lot of players coming up here to share a little bit about themselves. So, I think it's going to be a good show.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. I think it's going to be an exciting show this afternoon. Today we've got boys basketball with Coach Bush, Colton Rahman, and Ethan Rybolt. Girls basketball is going to stop in. We've got seniors Kaylee McDonald, Coda Robbins, and Kobe Strickland. We have cheerleading with Avery Savage, Claire Hunt, and Brighton Savage. And then we'll move on to girls soccer with Coach White, Kira Piverall, and Brooke Rogers. And we'll wrap up the show today with boys soccer with Coach Ramirez and Adrian Diaz. So take a break from trying to unfreeze those wells because it's Ranger Rundown time.
All right, so tonight we're going to kick things off with boys basketball. We've got Coach Bush, junior Colton Rahman, and sophomore Ethan Rybolt. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
And you guys are like right in the middle of the season, right?
Yes, sir.
Getting ready to kick off district, kind of get all the pre-district stuff out of the way, and this is where the rubber meets the road, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, you've had your first district game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Coach Bush, let's get things started kind of with you. How about giving us a recap of your preseason and the first district game against Monahans?
Yeah, we kind of went through the ringer a little bit. We played, I believe, 5A and 6A opponents. Went to tournaments at Abilene Wiley, Brownwood, and Lamesa. Played pretty well. There were some rough spots, but it was a good learning experience. I think it kind of prepped us for our district season. We wanted the game to feel a little slower once we got there, so we played some higher level opponents, and I think some of that kind of showed on Friday night.
Yeah, I think you guys really came out pretty hot against Monahans, and you really showed where you could kind of choke the life out of them a little bit when you wanted to put the game away. So I like that.
Yeah, well, we just saw some things on film that we really thought we could take advantage of. They played well, but in spots, but they didn't really like pressure a ton, so we decided to just get up and pick them up full court and get after it. So.
Wait, and you guys have seen a ton of that coming here because you mentioned the schedule, and I got to watch a little bit of it, and it was a murderer's row of just big school, good school, night after night. And it's good for the team to see that and get playing at a little bit faster pace. But you also don't want them to get used to losing either.
No, that's the thing. I talked about that with some of my staff. Was just like, if we can handle it mentally, if mentally we can handle that, we're playing for the end game, then we'll be fine. And I think these guys did. They didn't enjoy losing, but they understood the purpose of what we were trying to get to, and we made sure we talked about that on a regular basis. That hey, we're building to be our best selves by January 10th.
Right. Yeah. So what is something the team is doing well? And what is the biggest area that you would like to see improvement as you progress through district?
The thing we do well is we have a capacity to play hard at all times, diving for loose balls, wanting to take charges. We didn't block out so well at the beginning of the year, but about 3 hours to circle the wagons will fix that. And so things I'd like to see us do better is just I think we're hesitating a little bit, mainly the guy to your left, and I think we just need to be there's some aggressive there's opportunities to be aggressive that we just need to take advantage of as we move forward.
All right. How's the other teams in district looked?
Fort Stockton actually has the best record. I don't know their schedule well enough to tell you who they played. Seminole and Andrews have similar records to ours. Around 500, and then Pecos and Monahans have kind of struggled.
All right. So first year here. And you kind of got a little bit of a late start,
yeah.
Getting in, meeting with the guys, things like that. Take a few minutes and kind of tell us how your transition at Greenwood has come.
Well, I think anytime you go somewhere new, there's like, you have some reservations. You don't, I mean, it did help because I have a previous relationship. Coach Morris and I are like best friends. I also have known Coach Bridges since I believe I was in 4th grade.
Yeah.
So we have quite a history together. But the coach and the guys is easy. They come in every day. They're ready to work. There's not a whole lot of, back and forth. It's mostly yes, sir. I kind of wish some of them would give a little more back and forth so I could know what they're thinking from time to time. But, I've got, 11 guys on my varsity that just do exactly what they're asked to do every single day. And so it makes that part of it easy. Greenwood it's a cool place. It's different than a lot of places. It's different than anywhere I've been, and how like invested and tight the community is. So that makes it a lot more fun as well.
I'm not going to say it's the best place on earth, but it is definitely unique.
Yes.
And Coach Hill says it's one of one, and I agree with that. We have our good things, we have our bad things, but for the most part, I mean, these guys are all in. Everyone's here in this community for their kids in the school. I think that's pretty cool.
Yes, sir. Correct.
All right, Colton, you ready? You ready to step up, answer
Yes,
some
sir.
questions?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm sure you feel more pressure at the free throw line on a Friday night, right? All right. What is your favorite thing about playing basketball?
My favorite thing about basketball is how fast-paced it is, how the
Okay.
energy just flows, and how there's not really a break in play. It's just always
You're always moving?
Sir.
Yeah. So this is your second year on varsity, right? Last
Yes,
year
sir.
you were on varsity as a sophomore.
Sir.
And you definitely play fast. You're very aggressive, really get in the hole. And so I think that the game just kind of matches your personality a little bit, right?
Yes, sir.
Give us the thoughts on how the team has progressed this year and how your game maybe has changed a little since last year.
I'd say for the team, our depth has definitely gotten a lot better since the beginning. We're playing better as a team. Like, our teamwork is a lot better. Our younger guys have really improved over the season too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And for me, I'm more of a scorer this year. Last year, I was more of a defense and swing the rock guy, but now I have a bigger role.
Yeah. You do whatever you can to get on the court, do as best you can, and then adapt to whatever the team needs, right?
Yes, sir.
What are your goals for the remainder of the season?
Get my ankle healthy, hopefully play Friday, and then win district.
Yeah, when I was typing that up, I didn't know you were injured, so that it's kind of an easy answer to the
Yes,
question,
sir.
right?
It is.
So, Colton, before we get done, who is someone that you look up to as a mentor?
I'm going to say my summer basketball coach, his name is Coach Powell.
Okay.
He played college basketball. He's just a really good guy. He knows a lot about basketball and tries to help me there, but then also gives me life tips too.
Okay. All right.
So,
So, Ethan,
What's up?
you ready for some questions?
Of course.
All right. Being a sophomore, this is your first year on varsity. And I remember the first time I put on a varsity jersey for my hometown. What was it like for you putting on that varsity jersey for your first game for Greenwood?
Well, it was kind of nerve-wracking, I'd say, playing with a bunch of older guys. You don't really know your role yet, but it feels a lot better now that we're through the season.
Yeah, feel a little bit like more of the team?
More relaxed, yeah.
Yeah. All right. For you moving up, I mean, you played freshman ball last year, right? So not a lot, and you hurt your ankle. So not a lot, no JV experience really.
So
For you moving up from that freshman game up to varsity, what's been the biggest adjustment for you?
just finding my role, doing the little things right. You
Okay.
know, freshman was a lot slower. And you get on the varsity court and everybody's moving 1,000 miles per hour. You got 6, 7 guys trying to block you at the rim. So you don't really see that at the freshman level.
No, you don't really see that, do you? So what is a goal that you would like to achieve by the end of your sophomore season?
I'd say just get more aggressive on offense. That's
All right.
mainly it.
Find your shot a little bit more?
Shoot the ball more.
Yeah, see it a little bit more? All right. So, Ethan, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Colton. Who is someone that you look up to as a mentor?
I'd probably say my dad.
Okay.
He just, ever since I was young, he's always pushed me to get better at sports, and he's always told me to do the things that I need to do right.
Be the best you can be?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, so you guys may or may not be familiar for how we end segments with players. Are you familiar?
yes, sir.
Are you not? You're not familiar? You don't watch the show at all?
Not really.
Do you even know who the hosts are?
Of course.
Okay, well, I'm a little offended that you haven't ever seen it. So we do a little rapid fire questions. Are you guys ready? All right. describing yourself, are you sweet or are you spicy?
Spicy on the inside, sweet on the outside.
How about you, Rob?
I don't know how to answer that question.
It's either or. It's not a difficult one. You're either sweet or you're spicy. Which one is it?
I'll go salty.
Salty. All right. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Favorite basketball player?
John Morant.
Steph Curry.
Best or favorite subject in school?
Math.
Math.
I like that answer. I'm a math guy. And then finally, I am afraid of.
Let me
I
think.
am afraid of.
Say 10 and 60s.
Probably
Yeah.
spiders.
Spiders. Okay, that's a good answer.
Getting hurt.
Getting hurt. All right. Guys, I appreciate you coming in. It's been fun watching you guys progress through the season. I can't wait to watch you guys finish up district and see how you guys are able to pull things out. So looking forward to it. Next up, we have senior girls basketball players Kaylee McDonald, Coda Robbins, and Kobe Strickland. So stick right with us. All right, Ranger Nation, it's my honor to be able to introduce you guys to Kaylee McDonald, Coda Robbins, and Kobe Strickland. And we didn't plan this, but they actually set in the exact order that I wrote them down, so that worked out really nicely for me. Ladies, thanks for coming on. I appreciate y'all being here. As you know, kind of a Monday night deal, taking time away from your family, but I appreciate it.
Of course. Yep,
So-
glad to be here.
So, you guys have had a pretty good year so far. We're sitting at 17-7. Does that sound about right?
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, maybe you'll just take my word for it. 2-1 in district. So we've beaten Andrews, Monahans, lost to Seminole, but beating Andrews is a big game for you guys because they're the kind of the team that's going to be pushing for, one of the playoff spots, right? So that was a good game for you guys. And so kind of a different vibe than last year, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
A little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cody, you wouldn't know that, but
Yeah, no.
definitely a lot more fun than last year. Kaylee, we'll start with you. What's something that you want to accomplish through the final games of your senior year?
To definitely win as many as we can. Maybe get a gold ball somewhere down the road. But I also want to just every game that I play, I want to walk out of the game knowing that I put my all out on the line. Just walk out satisfied of every game, knowing that I didn't really think I could do any more than I did. Just leave it all on the floor. Yeah.
Just leave it all out there?
Yep.
There we go. I was gone for a second. So what has been your favorite basketball memory over the years?
I'm gonna have to say playing for Coach Summers my freshman year.
Yeah?
He was a coach that was just like super fun, and he knew and loved every one of his players, and he even had like a scrapbook of all of his season pictures, and he cared a lot about us, and he was always walking in with a smile.
Passionate would be a good way to describe him.
Yep. Yes.
All right. Intensely passionate.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So kind of talking about that, what kind of example do you hope to leave for the underclassmen?
I hope to be an example of someone who is passionate and hardworking and just a selfless player in person. I want to be the kind of leader that people know, like, I always have their back. They can always come to me and, like, always be in their corner cheering them on.
And maybe be afraid of you a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. All right, Coda, you're next. So your one and only season here in Greenwood.
Yes.
You moved here in the summer. Is that about right?
Yeah.
And where did you come from? Where did you move from?
Salsa, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
So how does Texas rate with Oklahoma? Different?
A lot different, yeah.
A lot different? All right. What was the biggest challenge for you when you joined the basketball team?
I'd say learning all the plays and getting used to the way that they play and their speed.
Okay. What is something that you might have enjoyed the most about your time in Greenwood?
The bond that I've gotten to have with the girls that I play with.
Okay. And what do you think is the best thing about basketball?
Getting a family with
Yeah?
all the girls.
Did they step up with you for you when you got hurt the other night?
Yeah.
That was a heck of a
Yeah, they
collision.
did.
We were all real worried about you. So glad that you're back up and getting
Me
after
too.
it.
Yeah.
I have really enjoyed watching you play defense. I think you definitely present a presence in the lane, and when they go up for shots, I mean, I think everyone realizes that Coda's lurking around somewhere, like a great white shark, kind of around that lane. You're just waiting to get up and toss a ball.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoy watching that.
Yeah.
All right, Kobe, how about you? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So this is your second year on varsity, right? A senior year. How has your role on the team changed from last year to this year?
I feel like this year I'm more of a leader to the younger girls too. I bring the ball up a lot more in this last few games too. She has me doing that in practice too. So, I mean, I'm a main shooter for our team. They kind of rely on me for threes most of the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm just I'm a captain this year too. So, yeah.
All right. What has your favorite basketball memory been?
I'm gonna go with Kaylee, Coach Summers being our coach. He was a great man, but going to the TCU game was also pretty good too. I really liked that. And meeting some of the players, they came in, gave us high fives on the side.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's someone that you look to as a role model and why?
My sister,
Okay.
she played basketball. You know, we share the same number too. She was 21. I'm 21, so.
Is that where it came
And-
from?
Yeah, that's where
Okay.
it came from. Yeah.
All right.
And she's my best friend, so I've always looked up to her. She's a lot older than me, so always looked up.
What are y'all's expectations for the rest of the year? Kaylee mentioned a little bit about she wants to get to gold ball.
Gold ball.
Gold
Yeah.
ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And win a lot more games.
But we've got
Beat Seminole
Beat
the second
Seminole.
time
Yeah,
we played
beat
them.
Seminole.
we got 7 games left on the schedule, right? You got to win all 7 to get that golden ball, right? Yep. So
Yep.
I'll be there. It starts tomorrow night, right? We're going to take on Pecos late game. You guys are going to be playing at 7:30. You're going to get in about 2 o'clock in the morning. So make sure you get your homework done
Yeah.
on the way up there.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Definitely not gonna
Yeah,
stay the
probably
whole way
not.
there.
All right, you guys ready for the rapid fire questions?
Yes. Let's get it.
You ready, Coda?
Let's go ahead.
All right, let's go. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint chocolate chip.
Vanilla.
Rocky Road.
Rocky Road.
Oh.
All right. Which one do you feel is more important, steals or rebounds?
Rebound.
Rebounds.
Rebounds.
Rebounds. What is the best snack there ever was?
Fruit strips.
I don't know.
Probably like popcorn or fruit.
Okay.
I like chips.
Okay. Tip.
Barbecue chips.
If you are stranded on a desert island, who do you want to be stranded with?
Like someone on our team?
Anybody,
anybody
in the world. Anybody in the world.
That's hard.
That's really hard.
I'd say my dad because I think he could get me off the island.
Okay. You're just thinking about getting off the
Yeah.
island. All right.
I'm gonna say Coda.
All right. Coda, who are you going to go with?
If I went with Kobe, I'd never make it off that one.
Are you trying to say she's Gilligan?
She might drown.
You might drown. All right, I'll give you a reprieve on answering that one because if you guys got on the island, you'd never get off.
Yeah, I don't think we would.
Ladies, you guys got Pecos tomorrow night. Then you got Fort Stockton Friday night at home. So make sure you guys tune in to GSN to watch them tomorrow night. And make sure you come out Friday night and support them in the gym as they take on Fort Stockton. Ladies, thanks for coming in. Good luck for you guys the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we have cheerleaders Avery Savage, Claire Hunt, and Bryton Savage. So stick with us. All right, Ranger Nation, to my left, I have senior cheerleader Avery Savage, Bryton Savage, and Claire Hunt. Ladies, how are y'all tonight?
Good. How are
Good.
you? Good.
Appreciate y'all coming down and spending some time with us. Y'all ready to answer some questions?
Yes, sir.
Well, since Coach Burchett decided not to show up, you guys have
I
to
know.
answer all the difficult
She
coach
left us
questions. I
hanging.
know, I tell you what.
I know. She gave me a pep talk. I
Did she?
think I got it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, if there's anyone that could do it, it would be you. You'd be the one I'd put money
I
on
hope so.
to get taken care of. So for people that might not be familiar with cheerleading and competitions, you guys, it's just not Friday night football, right?
No, not even close.
Right. So explain kind of what competition is like and what does, kind of what are the steps, what all does it entail?
So we go through prelims and finals. Prelims we just do our band chant, cheer, and then a fight song. Our fight song is like the exact same fight song like as we do at cheer.
Okay.
I mean at like pep rallies and like game days. We change some motions and stuff and like add things just to make it a little bit better. And then we do finals.
Are you saying
Which-
we don't get the best product Friday night?
No, it's a lot. It's a lot extra, way extra. We
Okay.
probably have like 40 props. Like
Oh, okay.
we have a lot. But
Is Bryden considered a prop?
yeah, probably. No, actually, no. She lifts people up.
Okay.
She's
I would have
Strong
guessed you
Claire
would have
too.
been the liftee, not the lifter.
I'm the lifter.
Okay. All right.
But and then we go through finals, which has a situational. It's like whenever somebody's on offense or defense, they'll give us like a call, like Rangers need to stop on third down, which would be defense, and I'll call like hold that line, and we do like a situational cheer. So that's the difference between the two, and then we just get scored each prelims and finals. We have like 2 hours in between. Claire loves the 2 hours in between getting to practice. We get to practice in between, like, because we get our little papers back. And so,
So Claire's a practice warrior.
yeah, she is. She loves it.
How many teams are you like at a competition? How many teams will you be going up against, for example?
So I think last year was like 60, 70-ish, but in our division. So, like, overall, there's, like, a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Like, but we're considered, I think, for a big school. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And have y'all had your competition this year, or y'all about to go into it, or?
So
we went to a showcase last weekend, and we got scored. We did good, like to them, but we didn't like get like placed.
You didn't meet your expectations.
Yeah. We're changing things, fixing things, just preparing for the real thing this weekend.
Okay. What are you excited about this year compared to last year?
This year, I think our attitudes are like our attitude was good last year, but this year, like going into it, everything's so exciting. Like they're
so
both very
excited.
exciting people. And I think like spiriting is easy. And that's like last year, I think that we struggled a little bit, like, and it's like, it's just so fun. Everything about it. Like I wasn't even thinking about it this weekend. I was just cheering. Like
A lot of
it was
energy.
yes.
A lot
So
of
much
upbeat energy. Yeah.
Very fun.
Okay. So what kind of awards do they give out at competitions?
So you get scored on each thing, like I said, band chant, crowd leading, and then fight song. So you can wait. Like last year, we got 4th in fight song overall, which is really it's pretty good. And then you get the overall score, which is like you win state. Like that's crazy. And of course, that's always what we're shooting for, to place top 3 and get a medal and all the fun stuff.
That goes along with being a winner.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you get a plaque if you win fight song, band chant, or
Okay.
crowd leading. Yes.
All right. So how long have each one of y'all been a cheerleader, and then how many years have each one of y'all been on varsity cheerleader?
So I've been a cheerleader since I was like in like 3rd grade.
That's
And
when it
then-
starts here in 3rd
yeah.
grade, right? Yeah.
And then this is my 2nd year on varsity.
Okay. How about you, Brian?
I've been cheering since I was in 3rd grade too, and this is my first year on varsity.
Okay.
And I've been cheering since I was in 4th grade, and then this is my 2nd year on varsity.
2nd year on varsity. Okay. So what happened in 3rd grade?
I just wasn't interested.
Didn't want to do it?
She was feeling
Seemed
soccer.
weird. Yeah, I was in soccer.
What is y'all? What's your each one of y'all? What's your favorite memory through some of these different cheer activities?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, go
Okay.
first.
Mine is definitely when we got 4th in state. Now looking back at it, I was just a freshman, so I wasn't like very excited. Like I was like, oh, like 4th, like we didn't place top 3, but now I'm like, wow, like that's really good. Like thinking back to the last 2 years, like we haven't done great. We've gone into finals, but not like amazing like that. And it was so fun, like jumping up and being as excited as we were. Like it's crazy, and so that's definitely my favorite memory.
How about you, Brad?
We go to a cheer camp every year, and at this one there was a like hip hop class, and there's only 2 people from your team that can go,
Yeah.
and me and Paisley went, and then we didn't know we had to perform the dance in front of everybody, and we were not paying attention at the class, so we did the worm instead.
Okay.
In front of all parents, like it was like showcase day. Like they just whipped out the worm. All of us were like, oh.
That's pretty funny. How about you, Claire? Was it watching them do the worm?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But last year, I got onto the All-American team, and so my mom took me to Hawaii, and I got to cheer in the Pearl Harbor parade.
Nice.
And my coach went too.
Yeah.
That's my favorite memory.
That's a pretty good memory.
Coach K got engaged there, huh?
Yeah, she did.
Did she?
It was really cool.
What is y'all's? What each one of y'all? What's your favorite thing about cheer season? Is it football games on Friday nights? Is it the competitions, the showcases? What's your favorite thing that you look forward to the most?
The most exciting part of cheer season is state, I think. But football games, like, is definitely an all-time high. Like, it's so fun. You look forward to it. There's literally no downside, like, besides losing if we lose. But we didn't do much of that this year, so it was really. I think football season's fun.
How about you, Brad?
I really like the pep rallies
Okay, that's a good answer. Why? Why the pep rallies?
because I don't know, we just get to have fun at them, and everybody just has fun. So
Okay. How about you, Claire?
Mine is the people. I love my team a lot. They're like my best friends, and when it's cheer season, you get to be around them. So
She's the hugger on the
She
group,
is.
isn't
She really is the lover. I love
Yeah,
Claire.
the happy feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time I see Claire or I'm sad, like, I just need Claire.
Well, everybody needs somebody like Claire.
Yes.
Right. In their life.
Yes.
Ladies, appreciate you coming in. Best of luck to you guys as y'all wrap up cheer season. I didn't get Avery. What's your plans for after graduation?
After I graduate, I plan to move to Lubbock and go to Wade Gordon Hair Academy. I'm planning to do hair and specialize in extensions. It should be fun. I go on a tour February 7th. So.
Do you think you'll be able to help me out with anything?
Yeah, probably. I could probably give you a little trim.
Maybe something.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. So I've got some rapid fire questions, guys, before we get out of here. Favorite ice cream?
Caramel.
Caramel.
Probably just strawberry or something boring.
Strawberry. All right.
I like mint chocolate.
What's your favorite color?
Navy.
Black.
Pink.
Brian.
Do you want to change your answer, or are we going really black?
Black.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite type of food? Mexican, Italian,
Mexican.
Mexican.
Italian.
What about
Do you
Chinese?
like
Don't want to
pasta?
say Chinese? No. Okay. All right. What's your favorite subject in school?
Science.
I don't like school.
You have to answer the question. You got to
Cheer.
pick one. I'll let you say cheers. How about you,
Lunch.
Claire?
Reading.
All right, last question. Same one I gave to the basketball girls. If you were stranded on a deserted island, who would you pick to be with?
Definitely not Brian. Probably my dad. He knows a lot.
Okay.
Probably my dog.
Your dog?
Yeah, he's scary.
Okay. Your dog. How about you, Claire?
My sister Kendall.
All right. Ladies, appreciate y'all coming in, spending a little bit of time with us, having a little bit of fun. Next up, we've got soccer coach Sadie White with senior Kira Piverall and junior Brooke Rogers, and James Fortner is going to bring that action to you, so stick with us.
All right, welcome back, and we are sitting down with girls soccer with Coach Sadie White, Brooke Rogers, and Kira Piverall. Thank you, ladies, for coming in and joining us this evening.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Glad to have y'all out here. Hey, Coach, give us a recap on the season.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty rough start. We've played some pretty tough teams in scrimmages and in the preseason and this last tournament. Just trying to get back into our groove of last year. It's been a rough start to go.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough start, but honestly, when you play solid competition like that, a lot of times it helps prep you for the next thing, and so it serves a purpose.
Right.
When you do have those rough starts, if you can come back and look at that film and sit down and try to figure out where those holes are and some adjustments you need to make.
Right. We kind of talked today just kind of that we were forcing it, trying to push back into being where we were last year instead of just simplifying it. And so I think that once we get back to that simplifying it, then it'll be back to that pretty soccer and we're finding the back of the net.
Absolutely. So district starts tomorrow out in Pecos.
Yes, sir.
What do you expect to go on out there as the squad prepares for that?
So we just prepare to make our passes cleaner, find the back of the net. Just Pecos isn't really a huge threat to us, but so we treat it as perfecting the little things. Yeah.
That's a great way to put that. What is your message to the girls this week as they start that district run?
Yeah, so we just kind of reset. I told them that it's back to 0-0. We haven't played anyone in district. They don't know anything about us. We don't know anything about them this year. So we're just trying to go out and get back into our groove that we were last year trying to connect to feet and then finding the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. What's one area you want to see the most improvement in as you get ready to start your district?
I would say getting our connecting our passes simpler instead of just freaking out and kicking it down the field, and hoping the forwards can connect to it. It's a lot prettier soccer when we connect in the midfield and work our way up.
All right. Awesome. Well, you brought a couple ladies with you today. Why don't you introduce them to this for us? What do they do for you out there?
Yeah, so today we actually nominated them as our captains. It's these two and then Brooke Clifton. Kira Pivaral is our senior center mid. She plays attacking center mid and sometimes holding center mid. And then Brooke Rogers plays in the defense, and she also plays holding mid for us to help us in the attack.
Awesome. Ladies, welcome. Good
Thank
to see
you.
y'all. Kira, let's start with you. Going into your senior year, what do you want to accomplish this year?
So I think my biggest goals are to just not have any sort of regrets, especially because I feel like in the past I've doubted myself and that's held me back. So I just want for my team and for God always.
Awesome. Awesome. So for those that might not know what center mid does, what's kind of the job description of what you do out there for the team?
Yeah, so I kind of dabble in a little bit of everything. My biggest responsibilities are making sure that I create space for the forwards and make dangerous plays while also helping out the defense defensively.
Awesome. That's a big description. It's a big job.
Thank you.
So what's your favorite soccer memories you played through the years out here?
I don't really have a specific favorite memory. Mainly, it's just having home games because I feel like regardless if I have a really great game or if I have a really bad game, my best friends and my family are always there to support me so they can help me get through those tough hurdles.
That's great. You know, as you look back in history, I know I used to play sports a long time, and looking back now, you realize how important it is people just show up in your life sometimes, and that's a really big thing. And man, that's great that you recognize at this age, because it took me a long time to realize that the folks that show up for you are some of the most important people in your life. That's awesome. Who's somebody you look up to as a mentor?
Mainly my parents because I feel like they're true cycle breakers, so that really inspires me to just take advantage of every single opportunity that I'm given, and they really help push me past my limits to find new bounds that I can overcome.
Awesome. That sounds like some great parents out there. So what are your plans for after graduation out here?
I haven't decided on a college that I specifically want to go to yet, but I do know that I want to major in neuroscience, and then I want to go on to medical school so that I can become a neurosurgeon.
Awesome. That's a big goal. That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's a big goal. I like that. All right, Brooke, let's ask you some questions. You ready?
Sir.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. So, Brooke, tell us what position you play again, and what are your responsibilities out there on that field?
I play center D mainly now, and then I also play a holding mid because I'm good at seeing like through balls and stuff like that in the holding mid position. And then in defense, it's mainly to keep the line in check and like make sure we're pushed up to help midfield and everything, and then to just stop them from scoring.
That's a big goal. Big job too. Big job too. So how's your role changed on the field this year?
Last year was more of like the side defender, so it wasn't as much like pressure, I feel like, because if you're in the center, it's kind of like the last resort, like the last, other than the goalie.
Yeah.
So yeah, then more of a leader now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As you get up in age and more folks filter in, and yeah, that leadership becomes a big piece of what you have to do out there. So that's awesome. That's awesome. What's your favorite thing about playing soccer?
I like my team and getting to connect with different people. Like, I feel like our team is a lot of different groups of people that people wouldn't normally imagine being close. And I feel like our team is pretty drama free and stuff like that. So I like that a lot, that aspect to it.
That's awesome. So who's somebody you look up to as a mentor?
For me, it's also my parents. I feel like they've just done a lot to get me to the position I am at today and help my drive and things like that.
That's good. A couple of parents, mentors. As a parent, supposed to be a mentor, so that's encouraging that, got people out there doing the job right. So that's awesome. Kudos to them. All right, last question here. Do you ever hear anybody yelling from the stands during your soccer game?
My mom is like the loudest person I can hear during the game.
Yeah, she is. I tell you what, as I officiate football, so I'm in a lot of football games. I'm down there. Usually I can't hear anything that's said in the crowd. The difference in soccer is there's not that many people in the stands, and so when you're loud, it really carries out. And, everybody can hear you, so.
Hey, but sometimes she's not wrong when
It's
she's yelling.
amazing. I love it. Tell your mom to keep it up.
No judgment on my
Tara,
part at all.
if you're
No
watching,
judgment on my
keep
part
it
at all.
up. We love it.
Yeah, so keep it up, keep it up. If it wasn't, then it would be like church quiet out there, and everybody would be like, oh,
Right.
Exactly.
golf
Yeah.
clap. So, no, that's fine. I think Todd wrote the script, and so if anybody's mad about that, it's on Todd, not on me. I just read it. All right, some rapid fire questions for y'all, real quick. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, are you sure?
Of course.
Awesome. Okay. With food, do you like sweet or spicy?
Spicy.
Double spicy. All right. Pizza or spaghetti?
Pizza.
Spaghetti.
One pizza, one spaghetti. All right. I like them both. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Like strawberry.
Cookies and cream and strawberry. All right. What is your favorite color?
Green.
Gold.
Green and gold. I love it. All right, last question. Who would you want to be stranded on a deserted island with?
Oh, so do you know that crocodile guy that died?
Yes,
I think.
Steve Irwin.
I want to be trapped with him because I feel like he knows a lot. So
That may be
then
the greatest
he would
answer
like
ever.
help me
Yes.
learn.
I agree. That's
and
a
then
great pick.
we wouldn't even have to like be saved because he'll teach me how to survive. So then we can just thrive.
There you go. There you go, Steve Irwin. You got to top that answer now.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, I'd say like my dad.
Your dad? That's not a bad one to be stranded with either. He'll take care of you. Maybe not as well as Steve Irwin, though. 'Cause that
Right?
dude,
We
although he
fight
didn't.
some alligators.
He
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
So awesome. Hey, thank y'all for coming in, spending the evening with us. I really appreciate it. Wrapping up things tonight on Ranger Rundown, we'll have Coach Ramirez and Adrian Diaz coming right up. And last, wrapping up this evening, we've got Coach Ramirez and Senior Adrian Diaz. Thank you guys for coming in this evening.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
You excited to be here?
Yes, sir.
All right, we saved the best for last. We saved the best for last. You guys are up, ready to rock and roll, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach, rock it out for us. Give us a recap on the season, this young season so far, how things are going.
Well, we're supposed to have 2 tournaments, but we ended up getting cheated out of one because of the weather. We're fixing a lot of things in the back. In general, we're fixing a lot of stuff. It's looking good. I feel like we have a pretty talented squad this year. They're really fun to be around. Last year's was fun, but I feel like there's more characters in this one this year. So I'm kind of excited. We're kind of in a rough start right now, 0-4, but starting district tomorrow, I see that changing really fast.
Great. So what do the guys need to do to make a run at that district title as you guys prep to get there?
They need to continue to want it. The biggest difference between this year's and last year's team is the want. Their drive is there. They're excited to be there. They get mad when I cut practice. They want to stay there a little bit extra. Usually nobody wants to be there. And, I mean, that's a big game changer there. If they want a big run at district, continue coming and continue working hard.
Yeah, so Yeah, it was the same thing I was talking to Coach White about. Sometimes those 0-4s, you look on the piece of paper and man, it feels rough, but there's so much you can learn when you're facing good competition like that and being prepped for the next one. So
Yeah, a lot of the teams that we played, especially game wise, they're all deep round competitors. And I mean, the teams that don't usually make it, they got way better. And I mean, we weren't expecting it, but we live and learn. Other than that, I mean, I thought we did pretty good. We improved a lot, and I think right now, I mean, you can ask Adrian. We're playing faster, we're playing smarter, and I mean, it's fun to watch. It's so fun to watch.
that's awesome. So what's the difference between last year and this year? You kind of already talked about that a little bit. Is there anything else that might stand out in the difference?
Honestly, just the team chemistry. I feel like there's more team chemistry this year. Last year, they kind of relied on two of their bigger stars, and this year, everybody's contributing. I feel like right now, everybody's in a point where they understand they can each make a difference in the game. And once you have that confidence, it's a big game changer.
And so you open district play this tomorrow.
Yes, sir, against Pecos.
Pecos, and that one's here out at Greenwood, is that correct?
Yes, sir, it'll be here.
Awesome. Man, excited to get district started. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah, me too, trust me.
That's awesome. Hey, you brought Adrian Diaz with you. Why don't you introduce him to the folks for us?
So this is Adrian Diaz. He's one of my seniors. We thought we were going to miss him this year. He had to move, but he ended up coming back. So we're excited to have him and him finishing out his career here with us.
Awesome, man. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for coming out, hanging out with us this evening, man. All right. So you play center back, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell us what you guys take care of during the match out there at center back.
Us center backs, me and Christian, we're kind of basically the whole defense because our left backs do push up a huge part of the game. Basically, we're like the last defense for our goalie. So anything that gets past our center mids, we have to take care of that. And, yeah, just like the goalie's guardians.
What's your favorite part of playing center back?
Probably whenever we on goal kicks, we always start the ball. We always push up with it, and they always count on us to make those open passes.
Awesome. So, hey, as you're a senior this year, how's your role changed from last year to this year?
Last year, I wasn't starting most of the games unless somebody got injured, and this year there's like a lot of responsibility, and I can't goof around no more.
And he's a goofball.
Yeah. Well, responsibility will do that to you.
Oh, yeah.
It'll take it out of you quick. So what's your favorite soccer memory?
One of my favorite soccer memories is probably when we go out for team dinners, and we just pick a victim to sing happy birthday to.
Is it ever coach?
Yeah.
So we started that when we came. Anytime we go to the tournament, we choose somebody. I'll talk to the seniors and be like, hey, who do you want the victim to be today? So we had Coach Brandenburg as our victim this year, I mean. So that was pretty fun. It catches them off guard.
Yeah.
And the kids look up to it. I mean, they're excited. They're like, hey, who are we going to get this year? I was all like, you have to wait till dinner time.
That's a great tradition, man. Why am I just learning about this? All right. Hey, who's somebody as a role model in your life?
Somebody as a role model in my life is probably going to be my dad. Just because of everything he's been through, and he always comes back stronger. And I just want to be like him when I grow up.
That's awesome. Dad should be a great role model for you, man. That's awesome. Hey, what do you plan to do after you graduate?
After I graduate, I plan to study to be a nuclear engineer in the Navy.
Nuclear engineer in the Navy. That's awesome. That's a tough program. I've got a cousin. One of my wife's cousins is a nuclear engineer in the Navy. My brother was in the Navy. He was a missile tech on submarines. So, man, right on. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. All right, a couple rapid fire questions for you. Who is your favorite soccer player?
Lionel Messi.
Well, Messi. That's my son's favorite soccer player too. That dude's awesome. Tacos or hamburgers?
I'm gonna say tacos.
Nah, I'm a taco guy too. All right, what's your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Math? I'm a math guy. That's awesome. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Brownie.
Brownie?
I like brownie.
Hey, I like that. All right, what are you afraid of?
Dying tomorrow. Yeah. Got a lot of stuff to do.
I was fast.
Any particular way of dying that you're afraid of? Just dying in general?
Yeah, just dying.
Just dying in general.
Anything
Okay.
could happen.
We'll take it from there. Coach, Adrian, thank you guys for stopping in, finishing out with us today. I really appreciate you. Enjoyed having you on the show. Good luck as you guys get out there and start that district season up. Take care of Pecos
Yes,
tomorrow
sir.
evening.
Sir, thank you for having us out.
Oh, glad to do it. Glad to do it.
Sir.
Okay, that's the end of Ranger Rundown live from Rooster's backyard. Thank you all the coaches, all the athletes that showed up this evening to talk with us. Thank you to Coach Thomas and Rooster's Backyard again for making this possible each week. Make sure you subscribe on GSN or YouTube so that you don't miss any of our content and live game streams. Tomorrow, again, we got Rangerette soccer and basketball will both be in Pecos, and Ranger soccer and Ranger basketball will both be here in Greenwood tomorrow night, so a lot of opportunities to come out and support these young men and young women. If you can't make it out, catch it on all the live action on GSN. For Todd, Coach Thomas, and myself, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on GSN.